What's going on, guys? This is AndrewChicken and welcome back to another video. In this one I'll be going over some of the best ways you can counter the mighty new frontline in Paladins, Raum. Raum is an absolutely menacing new champion, being a literal demon with the beefiest health pool and the strongest mobility out of all the frontline champions. This behemoth is terrifying to see running at you if you're a squishy champion, although Io's roar might be a bit scarier. Anyways, there are quite a few ways you can counter him, but first it's important to know what doesn't counter him. Raum's soul armor, which is the main source of his tankiness, is essentially a health boost that can't be healed back by other healers, so his soul armor isn't countered by Bulldozer, Wrecker, or Cauterize. However, his base health can still be healed, so Cauterize is still somewhat effective against him. There's also no sense in trying to run from Raum if you don't have any vertical movement abilities unless you're Ceres, because his movement ability lasts for at least 4 seconds and he can run almost as fast as a horse, but it is possible to dodge him if you can see it coming and get out of the way, since he has a very limited capacity to turn around. Champions that do have vertical mobility, however, can easily run away from him since he's powerless to stop something in the air other than by shooting at it, so flying champions such as Drogoz, Maven, and Droxus are good against him in that regard. Raum is also completely vulnerable to crowd control during his ult, so anything that can interrupt his dash ranging from stuns to hooks and convergences are all great at stopping one of his most powerful abilities. Now, there are 2 surefire ways to kill Raum, and those are through percentage-based damage abilities and by focus fire from several different champions. Raum is tanky enough that it is nearly impossible for just one champion to kill him, so champions like Victor and Shaolin are virtually helpless against him alone. However, if your team sticks together and takes him on as a team, he is very easily overcome. This concept is pretty much the same for any champion, but it is exceptionally important versus Raum because of how easily he can bully one smaller champion. There is one champion that I found is exceptionally good at bursting down Raum through just sheer damage, and that is Talus. Because he has such a high fire rate with his overcharge and Raum has such a large hitbox, Talus can slam thousands of damage into him, teleport away, reset his overcharge with inner strength, and then shred Raum again. However, raw damage isn't nearly as effective as percentage-based abilities such as Tyra's Firebomb with Burn Monster, Sky's Poison Bolts with Debilitate, or Cassie's Wallops of damage with Big Game. All 3 of these are excellent counters to Raum because they take Raum's soul armor into consideration when dealing damage to him, so they burst down Raum just as quickly as they do other tanks. This is a great way to level the playing field and make Raum's tankiness seem laughable. In particular, Tyra's Firebomb with Burn Monster is an extremely potent ability against Raum, because not only does it deal literally thousands of damage to him per second when he's got max soul armor, but it cripples him so he is unable to use his incredibly powerful movement ability to escape. Tyra, Cassie, and Sky are all great counters to Raum because of their percentage-based damage abilities, so if you anticipate a Raum on the enemy team, you should go one of those 3 champions to absolutely shred through him. Pip and Moji's ultimates are also superb for killing Raum because of obvious reasons. Now, Raum's ult is extremely powerful, since it not only deals a massive chunk of damage and stuns enemies, but it destroys all shields and deployables, and it makes him crowd control immune on top of it all. It's basically like using the Uno reverse card on Barrack's ult. While it is incredibly strong, there are a few champions that can avoid it easily or just counter it outright. Any champion that has an ability that makes them briefly invulnerable, such as Moldamba, Ceres, Grok, Moji, and luckily no longer Leon, can avoid it really easily with some good timing, and champions that can quickly escape it by flying or dashing away like Maeve and Drogoz are really good against him as well. Now, for whatever reason, Raum's ult is not programmed so that it comes up out of the ground like how it appears visually, but rather it's a projectile that spawns around his feet and fires outward. Because it's a projectile, Alice's stasis field can completely deny his ultimate. Stasis field stops his ult in its tracks, and if you place it right in front of Raum, it just completely wastes his ult. Alice can also use second chance to dodge his ult if he doesn't have stasis field available, and overall Atlas is one of the best tanks to use against Raum. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. How did this video help you learn Raum? And do you have any other helpful tips for countering the scariest champion in Paladins? Let me know in the comments section down below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content like this from me, and join my Discord server down below to pick up tips, leave suggestions, and become a part of our active community. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.